Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're going to continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto number 6, chapter 9, text 22. Are you all able to see the screen? Okay. No,
Yes.
Yes.
you can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you're able to hear me, okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
all the same.
The voice is a bit soft. Yeah.
Okay, let me, okay, just one moment then. I don't know if this makes it better. I'm not sure if it's better now.
Yeah, I can hear now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear.
Hare
It's
Krishna.
better.
Yeah, because it was
Okay.
very faded. I couldn't hear you clearly. Sorry.
No, thanks for letting me know. It's when I connect the additional monitor, then that's what happens. So thanks for letting me know. Okay.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we were reading that. Does anyone remember where we are?
Vṛtrāsura. And how the Vṛtrāsura was come out of the Agni, the Yagya, that the Vishweshwar's father did, because he was killed, the guru of Indra. So he was killed by Indra, and then his father got really angry and he did a Yagya, and in the Yagya he wanted the one who's the enemy of Indra, he wanted it to get born so that he could kill Indra, but then he by mistake, by the wrong chanting of the mantra, he chanted the wrong mantra, and then a demon like Vṛtrāsura was born, who was the enemy of whom Indra will kill. And so he was born, and then we were reading that how he was, his form, how huge he was, and that's where we stopped that time. Hare Krishna.
That's right. Thank you. That
Hare Krishna. Yeah, and then it was very beautiful how demigods said that about the material creation and about the time and everything, how they could really understand by their intelligence that Supreme Lord is the only one who can give them full protection. They could differentiate out of everything. Yes, so this was very important point also. So,
yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we are going to continue. Avishmitam tam paripurna kamam.
Avismitam paripurna kamam.
Svene balabena samam prashantam.
Swene bhalabena samam prashantam.
Vinopsarapati aparam himalisha.
Pashapati aparam
Shvalangulena titarti sindhum.
Swamlangulena atitarti sindhum.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Free from all material conceptions of existence and never wonderstruck by anything, the Lord is always jubilant and fully satisfied by His own spiritual perfection. He has no material designations, and therefore He is steady and unattached. That Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only shelter of everyone. Anyone desiring to be protected by others is certainly a great fool who desires to cross the sea by holding the tail of a dog. So Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, a dog can swim in the water, but if a dog dives in the ocean and someone wants to cross the ocean by holding the dog's tail, he's certainly fool number one. A dog cannot cross the ocean, nor can a person cross the ocean by catching a dog's tail. Similarly, one who desires to cross the ocean of nations should not seek the shelter of any demigod or anyone else, but the fearless shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Bhagavatam is saying that if we at all want to get out of this existence of birth and death, we have to take the shelter of Krishna. Krishna says, as you surrender to me, I reward you accordingly. Tamstat ye yathamam prapadyate tamstatheva bhajami aham. Bhagavatam here is saying if we want to take shelter of anyone else other than Krishna to get out of this cycle of birth and death, which is called an ocean, then it's like holding on to a dog's tail to cross the ocean. You know, for example, if we are in the Pacific or in the Atlantic, what we need is a suitable boat to help us cross the ocean. If we think that we are going to follow a dog and hold on to a dog and be able to swim the ocean, it's not going to happen. So the suitable boat is seeking the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna's lotus feet. I was hearing one class by Keshav Swami where he's speaking about the markings on the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna's feet have some markings, and one of them is lotus. So, you know, and he was like, why lotus? Like, what does it symbolify? Lotus is so soft, you know, so soft. When we touch something soft, we don't want to let go. It's so comfortable, like our bed. Sometimes we don't want to get up from bed. It's nice and soft and cozy. So Krishna's lotus feet are so soft that when one takes shelter of his feet, one does not want to let go of it. One wants to remain there all the time. So Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14-58 therefore says, Samashritaye padapallava plava mahat padam panya yasho murare bhavam buddhirvat sapadam param padam 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 yad vipadam natesha. The Lord's lotus feet are an indestructible boat, and if one takes shelter of that boat, he can easily cross the ocean of nations. Consequently, there are no dangers for a devotee. Although he lives within this material world, which is full of dangers at every step, one should seek the shelter of the all-powerful instead of trying to be protected by one's own concocted ideas. Comments? Anyone wanted to comment or add anything? Okay, then reading on. Yasyor yushringe jagatim svanama navam
Yasya
Yorushinge
arujagatim
Jagatim
avam
manur yathabhadyatata radurgam
Manyur yatha abhadyatatar durgam
sa eva nastva ashtrabhayat durantat
So evanas
Swastra Bhaya
durantat
Durantar
rata shritanva chicharo pinunam.
trata shri
Shritam Varicharopi Nunam.
The Manu named King Satyavrat formerly saved himself by tying the small boat of the entire world to the horn of the Matsya Avatar, the fish incarnation. By the grace of the Matsya Avatar, Manu saved himself from the great danger of the flood. May that same fish incarnation save us from the great and fearful danger caused by the son of Twashta. So the demigods, they've gone to the milk ocean. They're praying to Lord Vishnu. And they are saying, as you saved Satyavrat, King Satyavrat, Manu, so save us also. Pura swayambhur abhisam yamam bhasi
Pura Swayambhu Swayamabharasu
Udir Navato Mirave Karale.
Udin
Navato Rave Karala.
Karala
Eko Ravindat Patitas Tatara.
Eko
Goravindat
Patitas
Patitas
Tarara
Tatara.
Tasmad Bhayadyena Sanos Tupara.
Tasmad Bhayadi
Bhayadi
Nastunostu Paraha.
In the beginning of creation, a tremendous wind caused fierce waves of inundating water. The great waves made such a horrible sound that Lord Brahma almost fell from his seat on the lotus into the water of devastation. But he was saved with the help of the Lord. Thus, we also expect the Lord to protect us from this dangerous condition. So they are saying that Lord had saved Brahma when he almost fell into the waters of devastation. So they are expecting the shelter of the Supreme Lord. Ya ekaishone jamaya yanaha.
Ya
Eka Ishoni Jamaya
Sasarjayena Shujama Vishwam.
Sasarjayena
Srishajam
Sujam
Vishwa.
Vishwam
Vayam nayasya pipuraha samihataha.
Vayam Nayasya Apipura
Samihata.
Pashyamalingam prathageshamaninaha.
Pashyamali
Malingam
Prataki
Shamanina.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead who created us by his external potency and by whose mercy we expand the creation of the universe is always situated before us as the Supersoul. But we cannot see his form. We are unable to see him because all of us think that we are separate and independent gods. Here is an explanation of why the conditioned soul cannot see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Even though the Lord appears before us as Lord Krishna or Lord Ramachandra and lives in human society as a leader or king, the conditioned soul cannot understand him. Avajananti mamudha, manushim tanum ashritam, rascals, mudas, deride the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking him an ordinary human being. However insignificant we are, we think that we are also God, that we can create a universe or that we can create another God. This is why we cannot see or understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the demigods here are admitting, and we are all like this. We are here in the condition, in this material world, in this body. We are conditioned. Why? Because we, each of us, are thinking we are God. We are independent of God. And Prabhupada is putting here that we can create a universe, we can create another God. But we may think, no, I don't think that I can create a universe. I don't think I can create a God. Yeah, but the way we act, on a subtle level, the way we act is we think we are God. That's the reason we are still here in the material world. This is what the demigods are saying. And because we think like this, we are unable to see him. Because we think we are separate from Krishna, we are independent of Krishna, completely forgotten our loving relationship with him. In this regard, Srila Madhvacharya says, Lingam eva pashyama kadachit abhimanastu devanam api san eva praya kaleshu nasti eva taratam yena sopitu. We are all conditioned to various degrees, but we think that we are God. This is why we cannot understand who God is or see him face to face. So, we may not openly say it or we may not even openly think about it, but the way we act We think we are independent of God. Think whatever we are saying is for me, that we can manipulate everything around us. Okay, reading on. Yona sapatner vrisham artyamanan
Yona
Sapatne
tapatsamanam
devarshiteryan rishinitya eva
devarishirya eva
krita avata no krita avatarasthanubhi swamayaya
कृतावतारः तनुभि स्वमायया
कृत्वात्मसात्माति युगे युगे च
कृत्वा अस्मासात् पाति युगे युगे च
एव देवं वयम् आत्मदेवतम्
तमेव देवं वयमात्मदेवतम्
परं प्रधानं पुरुषं विश्वमन्यम्
परं प्रधानं पुरुषं विश्व अन्यम्
प्रजाम सर्वे शरणं शरण्यम्
व्रजाम सर्वे शरणं शरण्यम्
स्वनां सनोधास्यति शं महात्मा
स्वनाम सुनोधायति तं महात्मा.
By his inconceivable internal potency, the Supreme Personality of Godhead expands into various transcendental bodies as Vamandev, the incarnation of strength among the demigods, Parshuram, the incarnation among saints, Nrsimhadev and Varaha, incarnations among animals, and Matsya and Kurma, incarnations among aquatics. He accepts various transcendental bodies among all types of living entities and among human beings. He especially appears as Lord Krishna and Lord Rama. By his causeless mercy, he protects the demigods who are always harassed by the demons. He is the supreme worshipable deity of all living entities. He is the supreme cause, represented as the male and female creative energies. Although different from this universe, he exists in his universal form, Vṛtrāsura. In our fearful condition, let us take shelter of him, for we are sure that the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Soul, will give us his protection. In this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is ascertained to be the original cause of creation. Sridhar Swami, in his commentary, Bhāvartha-dīpika, replies to the idea that Prakriti and Purusha are the causes of the cosmic manifestation, as stated here in Param Pradhanam Purusham Vishwam Anyam. He is the supreme cause, represented as the male and female creative energies. Although different from this universe, he exists in his universal form, Vṛtrāsura. So here Srila Prabhupada is mentioning Srila Sridhar Swami's commentary. He's the original commentator on the Srimad Bhagavatam. And he's saying that here the demigods, they are accepting, they are understanding that Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, he is the creator, the cause of all causes. The male and female creative energy is Krishna's energies. That's how this whole universe is manifested. The word Prakriti, which is used to indicate the source of generation, refers to the material energy of the Supreme Lord. And the word Purush refers to the living entities who are the superior energy of the Lord. Both the Prakriti and Purush ultimately enter the Supreme Lord, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Prakritim yanti mamikam. So be it the material energy, all the material elements, the material modes, the Prakriti, the Mahatattva, the Pradhan, it is one of Krishna's energy. So Prakriti is referring to the material energy, and Purusha here is referring to us, the living entity. So we are also part and parcel of Krishna. The material energy is also part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna himself says it in the Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter. Although Prakriti and Purush superficially appear to be the causes of the material manifestation, both are emanations of different energies of the Supreme Lord. So the Prakriti is which energy of the Supreme Lord?
The nature, the external nature.
External. And what someone else said something?
No,
Yeah, I just said
external.
that the external energy, Bahiranga
External.
Shakti, Bahiranga.
Yeah, that's right. External. And Purusha is which energy?
Internal.
Internal.
I'm sorry, Sneha, your voice is very low.
Oh, sorry.
Marginal.
Yes.
Marginal.
Marginal.
No,
Yes.
Purusha is internal.
Marginal. Internal. That's right. Yes. The internal energy, spiritual energy. Therefore, the Supreme Lord is the cause of Prakriti and Purush. He is the original cause. Sarva Karana Karanam. The Naradiya Puran says, Avikaro pi paramaha, Prakritistu vikarini, Anupravishya Govindaha, Prakritischa abhidhiyate. Both the Prakriti and Purush, which are inferior and superior energies, are emanations from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here we see it's all manifestation of the internal and external energy of Krishna. We see any beautiful, say a beautiful butterfly. Oh, so beautiful, the colors, the body of the butterfly, so beautiful. So that is the body of the butterfly is the material energy. And inside the butterfly's body is the soul. That is the spiritual energy. Yeah. So anywhere, everywhere we look is a combination of the soul and the material energy. So we may see a skyscraper. So we can understand the skyscraper is made of the material energy, but a living entity had to step in to create this skyscraper. So as explained in Bhagavad Gita, Gam Avishya, the Lord enters the Prakriti and then the Prakriti creates different manifestations. So the Lord enters as the Paramatma. The Prakriti is not independent or beyond his energies. Vasudev, Lord Krishna, is the original cause of everything. Therefore, the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So only Krishna can say this. Why? Because everything is coming from Krishna, the material world, the spiritual world. Everything is coming from him. Here the demigods are also understanding that Krishna is the original cause of all causes. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 9, Text 33, the Lord says, Aham eva sam eva agre. Only I existed before the creation. So even Lord Brahma did not exist before the creation. All the mighty demigods did not exist. Mahavishnu was there. This is confirmed in the Brahmanda Puran as follows. Smritir avyavadhanena prakrititvam iti sthitihi ubhayatmaka sutitvad vasudeva parapuman prakritihi purushascheti shabder eko vidhiyate. To generate the universe, the Lord acts indirectly as the Purush and directly as the Prakriti. Because both energies emanate from Lord Vasudeva, the all-pervasive Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is known as both Prakriti and Purush. Therefore, Vasudeva is the cause of everything, Sarva Karana Karanam. So we were just reading this in Bhagavad Gita in the morning, 7th chapter. So here we are saying he is known as both Prakriti and Purush. Krishna is known as Prakriti and Purush. So it doesn't mean he has become the material energy. It doesn't mean that he's become the living entity, but they are his energy. So simultaneous, one and different. They belong to Krishna. They're Krishna's energy. So that's why they are known both as Prakriti and Purush. Just as we are calling the sunshine, we call it the sun. The sunshine is in the room, we say sun is in the room. It's not the sun. So similarly, in this way, Shri Shuka Vacha
Shri Shukra Uvacha
iti tesha Maharaja
iti tesham Maharaja
Suranam Upatishta, how do you say that? Upatishtahatam.
Tishtitam.
Tishtitam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Suranam upatishtam
Pratityam dishi abhud ave
prachityam dishi abhut
Shankha Chakra Gadadharaha.
Shankha
Chakra
Chakra
Gadadharaha.
Sri Sukadev Goswami said, my dear king, when all the demigods offered him their prayers, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Hari, carrying his weapons, the conch shell, disc, and club, appeared first within their hearts and then before them. So the demigods are praying to Lord Vishnu, then they can see him in their heart, and then he is coming in front of them. They can actually see him now. Conch shell, disc, club, weapons. Okay. The lotus is
So
also
that's
there.
Lord Narayan, right? As Lord Narayan.
That's right. The Shirodaksha Vishnu.
Sure.
Yeah. Atma Tulyesho Dashabhir
Atma Tulye Sudashabhe
Sudashabhe
Vina Shivatsa Kaustubho
Vina
Srivatsa Kaustubha
Kaustubha
Pariyupasitam Unnitra
Pariyupasitam Unnitra
Sharad Ambu Ruhekshanam
Sharad
Sharad Amburuhekshanam
Drishtva Tam Avanav Sarva
Drishtva
Drishtvatam Avanav Sarva
Ikshanalada Viklabaha
Ikshana
Ikshanahalada Viklavaha
Dandavat Patita Rajan
Dandavat
Dandavat Patita
Rajan
Rajan
Chaner Uthaya Tushtubuho
Chaner
Chanir Uthaya Tushtabhuhu.
Surrounding and serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan were 16 personal attendants decorated with ornaments and appearing exactly like him, but without the mark of Srivatsa and the Kaustubhacha. Okay, when all the demigods saw the Supreme Lord in that posture, smiling with eyes like the petals of lotuses grown in autumn, they were overwhelmed with happiness and immediately fell down like rods, offering dandavats. Then they slowly rose and pleased the Lord by offering him prayers. In Vaikuntha Lok, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has 4 hands and decorations like the Srivatsa mark on his chest and the gem known as Kaustubha. These are special indications of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord's personal attendants and other devotees in Vaikuntha have the same features except for the Srivatsa mark and the Kaustubha gem. So this is what kind of mukti? I'm sorry, I could. Sorry, your voice
Swarupa.
was-
Swarup,
Yeah,
right?
Swarupa. Yeah. Yeah. Swarupa. Sarupa. They're looking same like the Lord. Only difference is what they don't have.
They don't have the Srivatsa and the Kaustubha.
Kaustubha
gem.
Mani. Yeah,
Gem.
Kaustuba gem around his neck, what he wears, and the Srivatsa, which is like a mark of Lakshmi Devi, like kind of like a white hair on his chest. That's only with Lord Vishnu, Lord
Is it
Narayan.
lines or something? No,
I'm
it's
sorry?
not. It's not the 3 lines. That's no,
On
huh?
his chest, on one
Yeah,
line. It's like
one
one
line,
line
huh?
of,
Oh,
yeah, like a line of a silver hair, like that, white hair,
okay, so 1 line.
like that. Mm.
Right.
Shivdeva Uchu. I'm sorry?
Eva Uchuhu
Namaste Yagya Viryaya.
Namas Yagya
Viryaya
Vayase Utate Namaha.
Vayase
Vayase
Uttate
Uttate
Namaha
Namaha
Namaste Hi Asta Chakraya.
Namaste
Namaste Asta Chakraya
Namaha Supuruhutaye.
Namaha Supuru
Asapurusutaye.
The demigod said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are competent to give the results of sacrifice, and you are also the time factor that destroys all such results in due course. You are the one who releases the chakra to kill the demons, O Lord, who possesses many varieties of names. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam, all the sacrifices, penances are meant for his enjoyment. Look at the demigods also saying that. You are competent to give the results of sacrifice. So one may offer sacrifice to the demigods, but here the demigods understand that the result of the sacrifice is given only by Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. He is the actual giver of the sacrifice. So release the chakra to kill the demons. Krishna always protects the demigods by his chakra. Varieties of names, unlimited names. Yatte gatinam tisrinam.
Yatte Gatina
Patitanam Vishranam
Ishitu paramam padam.
Ishtu
Ishitu Paramam
Paramam Padam
Narvachino visargasya.
Narvachino
Vachino
Visargasya
Vishargasya
Dhatar veditum arhati.
Datar Veditum
Antarveditum
Arhati.
Arhati.
O Supreme Controller, you control the 3 destinations. Promotion to the heavenly planets, birth as a human being, and condemnation in hell. Yet, your supreme abode is Vaikuntha Dham. Since we appeared after you created this cosmic manifestation, your activities are impossible for us to understand. We therefore have nothing to offer you but our humble obeisances. An inexperienced man generally does not know what to beg from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone is under the jurisdiction of the created material world, and no one knows what benediction to ask when praying to the Supreme Lord. People generally pray to be promoted to the heavenly planets because they have no information of Vaikuntha Lok. Yashla Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport that we don't know how to pray. We don't know what to ask from, ask to the Supreme Lord. We don't know what shall we ask. Mostly we may ask, okay, bring us to the heavens, because we may not understand that there is a spiritual world. Srila Madhvacharya quotes the following verse, Deva Lokat, Pitra Lokat, Nirayacha api yat param, Tisribhya paramam sthanam, Vaishnavam vidusham gatihi. There are different planetary systems known as Devalok, the planet of the demigods, Pitralok, the planet of the Pitas, and Niraya, the hellish planets. When one transcends these various planetary systems and enters Vaikuntha Lok, he achieves the ultimate resort of the Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas have nothing to do with the other planetary systems. So a Vaishnav, he never desires to be inside this material world, but he's always seeking the lotus feet of the Lord. His destination is the spiritual world. Here, so here the demigods are saying that you were there before we were created. We are after you. You already existed. Then we came after you created the cosmic manifestation. So here the demigods, they understand that the creator is Lord Vishnu. And he's saying, what can we give you except our obeisances? Your activities are impossible for us to understand. We can understand only to the degree Krishna reveals himself to us. And to what degree does Krishna reveal himself?
Degree that
To the-
we surrender to him.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Ye yatamam prapadyate.
Right.
Tamstateva bhajamiham. Did you all want to add anything? Any comments? Question?
So the Vaishnavas, the devotees will always pray, right, to engage them in devotional service. Right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because they always want to be at the lotus feet of Krishna.
Lotus feet of Krishna.
Yeah. So they're always praying to be engaged in devotional service. We're praying to be having the association of the devotees engaged in devotional service, because Krishna is wherever his devotees are. Krishna says, I'm not in Vaikuntha, I'm not in, he says that, right? But he's there wherever my devotees are singing my glories. So the Vaishnavas always want to be with Krishna, engage in his devotional service.
And that should be the highest goal, right, for all of us.
Yeah, Lord Chaitanya, he teaches us, na dhanam na janam na sundaram kavitam va jagadesha kamye mama janmani janmani ishware bhavatat bhaktir ahaitu tvai. Bhavatat bhaktir, that I don't want wealth, I don't want followers, I don't want women. What I want is only life after life to be engaged in your devotional service. That's the only thing that I want. So we may not have that desire, but we can appreciate that desire. We may have many other desires. We may still be on, having so many desires, but we can also have a desire. Oh, I hope I can desire in such a way one day. That is also a pure desire. Wanting to be able to desire in such a way is also pure devotional service. Means the desire for pure devotional service is also pure devotional service.
And
Beautiful.
devotional service is love for God, right? Love of God.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
what is devotional service.
Yeah.
Love him.
Anyabilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavitam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktiruttamam. Srila Rupa Goswami is giving us the definition of pure devotional service, is that anyabilashita shunyam. There is no material desire, no desire for karma, gyan, no desire for liberation, no desire for the ashta siddhis. Only desire is how to please Krishna favorably pleasing Krishna by following the instructions of the previous acharyas. That is pure devotional service.
Could
So
you
we may
please
not be
share
on that platform.
this verse with us in the group?
Sure. Yeah. I'll post it. Anyabilashita shunyam. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll put it. It's there in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. And I'm going to post it on the chat.
Yeah, because it's not in the Bhagavad
Hare
Gita.
Hare
No,
Krishna,
it's in
Shilpaji.
the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Hare Krishna.
There is also this one, when we read the teachings of Kapila Dev in the 7th chapter, Amrendra Prabhu mentioned out that there is this verse when Prabhupada says that in the purport Prabhupada says that how you can, dress up your Archa Vigraha very beautifully. And then when you just offer one flower, then Krishna smiles back at you. And that means that your aim is just to glance on that smile and to be glanced by him in return.
Mm.
That smile that
Beautiful.
you get from the Archvigraha. Because I
Mm.
think every one of us are very close to our deities, जिनको भी हम pray करते हैं. So when we do
Yes.
something for them, when we just even offer a flower, we see our Archvigraha smiling at us. So that's what he said in the purport of the seventh teaching of Kapila Dev, that it is our aim, it is our goal to just glance at that smile of Krishna and to be glanced back by
Mm.
him with that loving smile. So
Beautiful.
yeah, it was just beautiful. So I thought that I'll just mention that.
Thank you. Thank you. And we can, we can try to do that, that every day we can try to do something. Okay, Krishna, this is for your pleasure. Like as you just said, offer a flower. Anything. We can begin, with something that Krishna, this is for you. Krishna, I'm chanting for you. I'm reading for your pleasure. This flower is for you. Or I'm cooking a nice lunch for you now. Nice bhoga for you. Something. If every day we
Like
can
when
try
we
to do
fast
that.
also, right? Ekadashi, it's just to please Krishna.
Yes, that's right. Exactly. That is the purpose of Ekadashi fasting. That's right. Yes, for the pleasure of Krishna. Yes. Or fasting on appearance days of of the Lord also is for his pleasure. Yeah. Thank you so much. Krishna Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.